Episode 3. Theo's Point of View. I fought against the urges her scent was influencing as I stalked up to her, including the rage that she was currently talking to another male. But more importantly, the urge to grab her and take her against the nearest tree. My wolf was going crazy about the idea, but he would learn fast that that was never going to happen. I wouldn't accept her. Knowing what I knew about her, that would never happen. She hung up the phone and turned to face me. "This won't happen," I spat out before she had a chance to speak. Her jaw clenched, and her silvery, gray eyes stared into mine for a few short moments. But I couldn't read a damn thing behind them. "I absolutely agree," she stated evenly. My wolf growled and snarled inside me, demanding to know what the hell I was doing. I pushed down the hurt that hit me when she didn't fight me. Her reaction just proved why this needed to be done. I could never be with someone so cold and self-absorbed as her. There was no way someone like her could ever be my Luna. "Don't know her," Kieran yelled in my head. I knew enough. "Kylee is my mate, not you." Theo Arden, future alpha of the Greytooth Pack, reject you, Ayla Garner, as my mate and Luna. Kieran was snapping his teeth, pushing to take control to stop this. Ayla Garner, accept your rejection and relinquish my claim as your mate and Luna. My wolf howled in pain, a pain that was mirrored within me as it felt like my heart was being ripped apart. It was the bond breaking, releasing me from the tie that bound us together. She stood there like nothing happened. How could she stand there like nothing had happened? She really didn't feel anything, did she? It was so easy for her to let us go. "Mate wants me." I grimaced. He meant her wolf. Her wolf wanted mine. He could sense her. She was even denying her wolf. I couldn't stand it anymore. I needed to get away from her. I stormed back into the house, returning to the woman the goddess should have made my mate. I returned to the dining room to find her mother and her still deep in conversation. I was grateful she hadn't seemed to notice my absence or the change in my mood. It wasn't surprising. She was excited about seeing her family and sharing the news with them. I had been, too, until her sister walked into the room. The scent had engulfed me, driving me to seek out the source like a lifeline. When I saw her, her beauty took my breath away. She was petite but strong, with long legs and perfect curves. She had a massive caramel, blonde hair that cascaded over her shoulders, framing a face with plump lips and intense gray eyes that shined green in the light. I couldn't help but want her. I recognized who she was to me immediately. But then I noticed her narrow nose and soft jawline were familiar. Her fair skin had a sun-kissed glow that I had always found attractive. Once I realized she had similar features too. Kylee, I knew this was her sister, Ayla. Kylee had told me on many occasions how her sister had changed after the death of their father. She was there for Kylee at first, but in less than a year, she started spending all her time away from home. She ended up dropping out of the private school her parents had worked so hard to send her to. Eventually, Kylee lost track of what she was doing with her life. Kylee was there for her when she was around, trying to be supportive. But she wasn't the sister she used to love. What bothered her most was Ayla's treatment of their mother. Ayla still lived in the house with her, but Kylee always got the impression that helping their mother was just a burden. She worried their mother would be left with no one to take care of her, and she wasn't in the best of health anymore. "I have an idea," I interrupted. They both looked up at me expectantly. "Why doesn't your mother come to stay with us for a while? At least until the ceremony? We have the room in the pack house, and I'm sure you and my mother would appreciate the extra input." Both their faces lit up. "Really? We can do that," Kylee said happily. "Of course," I said with a smile. "Thank you." Kylee jumped up from the table and threw her arms around me, kissing me sweetly. I ignored the growls coming from Kieran. Seeing their reaction told me I had made the exact right decision. Despite what the burning in my chest told me, This was who I was supposed to be with. Not Ayla. Keep saying. Maybe believe. I told him to shut up, and he retreated into the back of my mind, cutting himself off from me. He would get over it. Once the bond was completely severed, he would understand this was the right thing for us and the pack.
Full story is available at novelpalace.com. Click the link in the comment section to get it free.